It's 2026. We're here at Kissimmee. We're day 3 of Mecum Kissimmee, but it's day 1 of Mecum in the Morning. It's Bree. I'm back, and I brought a friend with me, and we'll check in with her a little bit later. But hey, Matt.
Hey, Brian. It is good to have you back here on the morning show set. Of course, Laurette did a great job the last couple auctions, but it is good to have you back in the driver's seat as we kick off a new year, a new season of Mecum in the Morning. Almost on the
because you're trying to plug your new show on the Move with Matt Avery.
I am trying to plug.
I like that.
I am trying to. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Be sure to check in on the Move with Matt Avery. But since you're here, we might as well do some Mecum in the Morning.
Yes, I know. I'm so excited. I've got my emotional support animal Portia with me.
Yeah, are we going to talk about that now or later?
We are. So, one of my favorite things about coming here is cars, and motorcycles, but my third favorite is seeing the dogs of Mecum. Obviously, we have, if you've ever been to one of our auctions before and you stop by the Reliable booth, there's someone that kind of stands out in the crowd, and that's Portia. She is a pit bull mix, I think, or maybe she's purebred, but she is ESA certified, and she's here to keep me company today because I didn't know how things were going to go with you. So I asked her to join me to make sure we keep a calm over here.
That's smart.
It's great. It's been a great morning with Portia and making sure that Matt and I stay in our lanes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's smart. I'm glad you are protected over there. But we're going to have a great time on the show. No uneasiness. But we've got a lot in store as we kick off our first episode here of Mecum in the Morning. We're so glad that you've joined us. And we've got an incredible lineup that's going to be happening today. Crossing the block, we've got 52 pieces of road art, 300 in.
He's Christian, who is head of business analytics over at our headquarters. And I asked him to pull some numbers, and there's some pretty staggering numbers for the types and makes and models we have here at Kissimmee. It's quite overwhelming. We have, I think now we're over 410 Corvettes. We've had a couple last minute consignments come through. 163 Caminos, 177 Mustangs, 115 Ferraris. It is just the holy mecca of the most amazing quality vehicles that we've seen. There is, if you're looking for late model Corvette to a resto mod, we got the Kendig collection, with his CF1 and 2 resto mods. Our booth is set up in, I would say, the Corvette room in the main event center. And we've got it's just staggering the crazy numbers that we have for mixed models of vehicles here at Kissimmee.
And it's not just the quality, it's also the sheer quantity, Brian. Over 4,000 vehicles here on site. And like you said, there's just something for everyone.
And the crazy thing is, I think people are seeing, potential consigners are seeing what we're offering and how we've set up displays. Our displays this year are absolutely amazing. And we were getting consignments late afternoon, some really good cars. So one thing to always do is check Mecum.com, go to Kissimmee, look at the lots. There's new lots being added literally every minute right now.
Absolutely. And of course, with all of the vehicles on site, the eyes of the automotive world have really been centered on a particular standout.
What car is that, Matt?
The thing that grabbed me about the car the first time I seen it is I looked at it and said, wow, it's white. You have 36 cars. You have one in white. It's Bianco Speciale, so it's something special in an already special car.
When you look at any Ferrari race car, what you're buying is the history.
Graham Hill raced this car. Salvadori raced this car.
That in itself makes this car something to treasure.
The 250 GTO, it represents excellence and it represents everything that Ferrari are known for.
Matt, the Bianco Speciale, not special or speciale, it's Speciale, is we've been calling it the unicorn, right? So between 62 and 64, there were 36 250 GTOs manufactured. This was the only one in that factory white that came out. It was delivered to John Combs in the UK. It has a great history and provenance. It's to own a Ferrari 250 GTO is, I would say, any car collector's dream. Would you say?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to own one of the most desirable and one of the rarest vehicles on the planet. And like you touched on in our intro too, I think one of the things that a lot of our fans and people who come out to see the auction are going to see how we keep elevating the presence of these vehicles, the storytelling. You were talking about that package, about how you get goosebumps after that. And I'm excited, Brian, because I think with your leading the charge, we've really put the foot on the gas about bringing these rare vehicles to market and putting them in the best possible light.
Well, it's the thing is like, a car in itself is a beautiful thing to behold. But when you understand the history and, with this particular car, it was raced by Hill and Salvadori and all these great racers. So not only is the Bianco Speciale a rare car because of its manufacturing, and there's only 36, 250 GTOs. It's what happened after it was bought and what, the road that it went on. And it's only had, I think, in total 3 owners throughout its lifetime. The most recent owner acquired it in 1999, and it's kept it within his collection for that long. So knowing that it was maintained and it's factory, they brought it back. I know at one point it was painted red for racing. And finally, I think it was in the early 2000s, John Shirley had decided to paint it back to the color that it left the factory in. And it's just an absolutely beautiful sight to behold. The full, you guys just saw a snippet of one of the videos, but we have a full-length feature that is on our YouTube channel. We also have the Bianco Speciale on display in Tent 8, which we refer to as the Glass House. You can't miss it. You walk in, it's on this spinning platform. It's, watch the video, check out one of the most beautiful cars that I've ever seen.
And I think one of the themes, Brian, of this entire auction, of course, is Ferrari.
You could say that, Matt.
You could say that. But then it's not just Ferrari, it's unusual Ferraris. Here we have this white GTO. And then, of course, on the other end of the spectrum, we have the Bachmann collection with 46 in Giallo, yellow.
46 red and yellow, but the majority of them are in yellow, correct?
But it's just what an unusual theme, but such an awesome sight to see.
Yeah, and that's the same thing. So if you go into the Glass House and you want to see the Bianco, you look to the left and you walk into this amazing setup that we did for the Bachmann collection. I couldn't be prouder of what everyone here has put together to honor Phil and Martha Bachmann and their extraordinary collection of Ferraris.
Well, in addition to coming out and seeing the GTO and the Bachmann in person, another great way to kind of take a piece of the GTO home is, of course, to grab some of the new merch that we have. We have all kinds of new drops that just happened. We've got an event-exclusive tee with showcasing the event as a whole. We also have some other exclusive that show that GTO on it. And we have a new collab in the works as well.
Yeah, with Bose, and I think you're going to meet up with the owner live on stage at some point today,
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. So you can find it on site. Bose has a new line of clothing that we are doing with them, and there you can see the GTO shirt. But yeah, we're going to be finding out a lot more about Bose, their history, and also the products that they'll be offering with us. But there's just a lot of cool stuff to see. I love the shirt you're wearing. I love this
the women's
new jacket.
jersey, yeah, shirt. It's got a really great neon kind of vibe in the back. But this is the flag on anthem quilted button-down jacket for men. Women can wear it too. But we have so many great things that are launching here at Kissimmee. But we have a really great lineup throughout the entire year this year, Matt. I can't wait for people to see what we got coming. Yeah,
we're gonna have another blue tank.
We might.
All right,
just for you.
All right, summer's coming.
We do have dog leashes too, but because Portia's here on set, I just want to let everyone know that if you want to bring something home for your pet, we do have dog leashes.
So that's why she was on set, was to push the dog leashes. Now it makes sense.
Not really, because she's not wearing one right now. It's just because
no, but it was an example.
She's a buffer.
It was an example of how she needs one.
Yeah.
So we'll go to merch after we end the show.
Yeah, we'll have to give Portia a new leash.
Okay. Well, in addition to going to merch, somewhere that you went this week was you went over to check out Road Art.
We don't just sell cars and motorcycles at Mecum, we also sell road art. And I think I found the piece that's most perfect for me, the BP sign. Brie Poland, BP. Let's go see what else they have. This is 3 of 20. Check out this cool Coke display, guys. Perfect for lounging. All I now need is a Coca-Cola. Wow, we've got a lot of neons here. Road art is for the automobile collectible. You can find neons, just like what's behind me. You can find tin signs. You can find jukeboxes. There is literally something for everyone here, from even a collector perspective, or if you just want to bring home a really cool 10 sign that has some historical value to it. Ha! Now I found a motorcycle that Matt can ride, guys. And you have to keep your eyes peeled here at Kissimmee because there's literally road art everywhere you look. Literally everywhere there's a place that some road art is on display. Let's go check out this room. Just like road art, motorcycles are literally everywhere at Kissimmee. If you think this is great, check out what we bring into Las Vegas 2026. Browse online and join us every morning before cars roll off the block because road art is there first. Okay, I'm going to admit something to you. There are 3 pieces of road art that I'm going to be bidding on. And I'm not going to say what it is here live on the show because I don't want our fans to try to like bid me up or anything. But I have 3 pieces of road art identified. I did go talk to Tiffany. I wanted some more, history on those pieces and who the artists were behind it. But folks, if you're coming to Kissimmee, some of these mornings you might see a little hand pop up behind the auction block, and that's going to be me. And hopefully I get to bring those home and then talk about it later.
Yeah, the big boy will look great in your living room.
That is not the one I'm going to bid on, Matt.
Well, the visual of you hugging the fiberglass big boy was now something I'm going to have in my mind. So
you
that's
don't
great.
hug me, so got to get a hug somewhere else.
Hey, Brian, did you know that I've become a bike guy?
You know what, Matt? You talk about it almost every time we see each other.
I do. And now I'm talking about bicycles, not motorcycles.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten you on a motorcycle.
We haven't, but maybe that kiddie ride. That's what you're going to buy, and that's what I'm going to be able to ride. Great.
That is one of the things that I'm going to...
But over the past year, I really have developed kind of a love for the classic bicycles, and I was really excited because we have a very large collection of the muscle bikes from the classic era, the Schwinn Stingrays. We saw them in your tees, but I had to find the owner and find out the whole story.
It's not just four-wheeled muscle. Here on site at Mecum Kissimmee, there's also plenty of two-wheeled examples of classic muscle in the form of muscle bikes. And one of the largest collections is the Vogler collection. And I'm here with Mike to find out where the passion for collecting all came from.
When I was a small child in 1968, one of my best friends, he brought the bike out. And it was just like, holy cow, where did this come from? It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. So that's where it all started. We went back and forth with my parents for a couple of years, and finally I wore them down. So the 70 Christmas, I got a brand new 1970 orange crate.
And over the last couple of decades, you've zeroed in and collected nothing but these iconic Schwinn Stingrays and crates. Can you show me some of the features that make these so unique?
Yes, Matt, let me show you. Here we have a couple of examples. This one is a 1974 Schwinn Stingray in opaque red, which is a very rare color. Relatively, this is the same bike since 1963. And then you come and look at the crate and you can see all the difference. The crate's got the motorcycle type Harley front Springer fork. It has a 16-inch wheel with a drum brake, has brake levers. This particular one is a disc brake bike that were made in 1972 and 1973. It has the shock absorbers and the strut.
And how would these two have been positioned?
Okay, this one right here, a 74 opaque red, is really an entry-level type Stingray. It's a coaster brake bike, no gear shift to change gears and all that, with a standard front fork. Then when you go up to this particular one here, which is the Apple Crate, it has a stick shift with a 5-speed. It's kind of like the Cadillac of all Schwinn bicycles. Everybody wanted one when they was a kid. Started out as Stingray, begged their parents to get a crate.
And where did that crate name come from?
In the mid to late 60s, there was a dragster in California called the Orange Crate, and they adapted that name from that dragster.
With 22 bikes in the collection, Mike, I'm sure a lot of effort went into amassing them all. It really is stunning.
I sure appreciate it. Yes, at one time I had every crate, every color, every year, which would have been 26. This is roughly half of my collection, and I've been all over the United States collecting them.
And what's it been like at Mecum Kissimmee so far?
I have had a wonderful time, great hospitality.
Thanks, Mike. This is a fantastic collection.
Thank you, Maddie. It's been fun.
We should get 2 of them, and I'll take the lemon peeler. I like
Okay.
that name. And I'll also peel away from you and leave you in the dust, Matt.
I'm sure you would try, but anyway.
I would succeed.
You would. But man, what a great collection, Brianna. And it really showcases how road art has such a wide diverse of stuff. And those muscle bikes are really on the rise in popularity. I also had the chance to interview Mike for an extended interview on the Real Garage Life stage yesterday.
That was
as well.
great. Sam and I tuned in, sat there and watched you.
Yeah, and if our viewers want to catch that, they can find that full video of my half-hour interview with Mike talking about his bike collection. That's also on the YouTube channel as well. And we're going to have many more interviews up there as well. But I love these bicycles, and I talked with Mike about the popularity because it seems like in our travels, we really are seeing them more and more. They're becoming a big part of car culture as a whole. 2 events stand out in general. I've seen large displays, of course, at the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. I know the event organizer, Bob Ashen, major muscle bike fan, but then also at the Syracuse National now, they have a growing vintage and classic bike display.
And if you forget, folks, Matt did buy a bicycle there and cruised it all the way down to Harrisburg with our producer, Alyssa.
I did. We've affectionately, or I don't want to say we, Alyssa, our producer, has affectionately referred to that as Blueberry.
Yeah.
And that was a blast. I did buy that at the Syracuse National Swap Meet and kind of toured all over Pennsylvania. Had
Up and down the Mid-Atlantic.
Up and down the Mid-Atlantic. Yeah, there I am, just cruising along. Did
you get out of the Durango, unload the bike, and ride it over the state line?
I did.
Okay.
And then, of course,
Safety, Matt.
Safety. And then, of course, it crossed the block at Harrisburg.
It did. It sold.
It is.
Is that going to be a thing now? Are you going to buy bikes, spend a little bit of time with them, film some weird packages with Alyssa, and then sell them on the road art?
Well, when you phrase it like that, it's well. And I will say, I already have a new bike. I actually bought another bike from Bob Ashton this fall. So Cranberry, I have another.
Why have we not seen?
I did. It was in our booth at McCacken.
Oh, the one that I was wondering where it came from. Yeah, that you did buy that. I thought it was.
No, that was mine.
Oh, cool, Matt.
But anyway, so but I really have enjoyed kind of becoming a fledgling bicycle collector. Of course, nothing near Mike's and his gorgeous collection, and those are all going to be crossing the block very shortly here at Mecum at No Reserve.
Yeah,
beautiful collection, and really decades of collecting have gone into his finding. He told me on the stage that some of his adventures to find these bikes have been getting a lead on something and jumping in the car and driving 13 hours just to be the first one there. I love that kind of passion.
Yeah, well, can't wait to cruise on lemon peeler and cranberry with you into the new year.
So since we're talking about it, drop us a comment. What is your favorite iteration of the muscle bike from the Schwinn Crate Series? I'd be curious to see what our fans have to say about their favorite bicycle. Brian, we've also got, of course, tons of cool cars here.
A lot of customs.
We do. And we had 2 in particular that stood out because I thought it was a fun look at checking out some Choo Choo Customs.
Here at Mecum Kissimmee, if I said choo-choo, you're probably thinking trains. But during the 1980s, Choo Choo Customs, a specialty vehicle builder based in Chattanooga, Tennessee, was crafting some of the most unique Chevrolet conversions of the era, including the El Camino. Starting in mid-1983 and running through the model's final year in 1987, El Caminos could be ordered new through Chevrolet dealerships and then shipped to Choo Choo Customs for conversions before delivery. And here at the auction, you could say we have a full train yard with 2 examples on site, an 84 and an 87. These were appearance packages, not performance builds. The most noticeable change was right up front, where the factory's blocky nose was replaced with a smooth, aerodynamic polyurethane front bumper cover. This package, also known as the Designer Series, included unique door handle inserts, aluminum side moldings, and an optional hood treatment, including a simulated non-functional cowl that added a more muscular presence. Inside, you'll find a certification sticker and, on later models, a small chrome train emblem mounted above the glove box. Just several thousand of these custom haulers were produced, And as a fun footnote, while a Corvette paced the 1986 Indianapolis 500, a Choo Choo built El Camino was also on site serving track duty. Back at the auction, this black example delivers a heavy dose of nostalgia with its 60s style slotted wheels, while this final year 87 from the Fleming Williams collection shows just over 6,500 miles. They're a unique pair of some rad haulers, and you can catch both of these Choo Choos chugging across the auction block right here at Mecum Kissimmee.
Yeah.
Choo choo.
Yeah, right. Because they're train related. Yeah, right. That's good.
That was great.
No, right. I know. I'm just saying that we're doing that because it's Choo Choo.
I think our viewers got the point, Matt.
Yeah. But some cool trucks here, Brian. And as I was putting together the package, a lot of similarities are between Choo Choo Customs and SLP of the 4th gen Camaro era, and it's kind of a fascinating look at when automakers will partner with these third-party upfitters to kind of perform not major modifications, but to help kind of get these limited run vehicles out.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that kind of like what Don Yanko did?
Yeah, a little bit to a certain extent, where Yanko was kind of working on his own in terms of developing his own dealer network, and his cars weren't necessarily sanctioned by General Motors, whereas these actually would be ordered through a dealership. Don's were in dealerships, but only because he had partnered with them for the individual dealerships
so it
to
wasn't
carry
per
his
se
line.
with the manufacturer.
Not manufacturer, but of course there was a lot of integration with General Motors honoring his COPO request to get his 427, the 69 Camaro, which is a great intro. Of course, if any of this catches your fancy about Don Yanko and his efforts, come check out the Cliff Ernst collection, and of course my tour.
Wow, another
about those
shameless
cars.
plug, Matt.
So many.
So many.
Well,
Matt on the move.
You gotta be on the move.
The new tours that he's launched, the
but-
consignment interviews on stage.
So much. But it is a good it's a relevant question, Brian, asking about, because it really does showcase just how over the decades of automotive history, how some of these special vehicles have come to be. But getting back to Choo Choo, though, it really, it speaks to the idea that General Motors wanted to, pursue this different El Camino that had a little bit more of a sporty look to it. And they partnered with Choo Choo that had been doing conversion vans. I remember the craze of that in the 70s and 80s and 90s.
I
And
remember reading about it because you were not alive yet. That's just.
but one of the biggest difference here, and if we're not talking radical modifications, would be up front, where instead of that big chunky blocky nose, they put that kind of unique aero, polyurethane.
I have to
front
say,
end
I
on
do
it.
like that. That's one of the parts of that car that really reaches out to me.
Yeah. And you would see the registration sticker there. And what I thought was also interesting about this story is that from 83 to 87 is when Choo Choo Customs performed these conversions. Numbers are mixed, but I would say anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 of these were produced over those years. There you can see the major difference of that styling up front.
I mean, that changes it just incredibly so. And it looks sleeker and meaner.
Yeah, and that was the whole point, right? Is to have this SS, that super sport variant, was supposed to be a little bit more muscular and athletic. But what I thought was interesting is that we have two here, and it also kind of showcases even the evolution of these slight changes. And I like the 87. It's the last year, and it really seems like that was when Choo Choo put their branding on it. Whereas in previous years, it would be more reduced because, of course, it was more of a behind-the-scenes effort. But my sense is that in 87, that was the final year for the El Camino, for that G-body. I think Choo Choo said, hey, this is the last year. Let's put our name on it.
And you can
brand
find that
it.
on the left front fender.
So you can find it a couple places. You can find it on some graphics on the tailgate and on the front, on that bumper cover. And then they have a cool little train badge above the glove box on that final year 87.
Oh, tying in the Choo Choo.
Tying in the Choo Choo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a little fun look. And of course, they also, Choo Choo Customs did modify some trucks and even a Camaro. They had a Camaro line, but just a neat look at some cool little trucks. Choo Choo.
Well, Matt, thanks for that. But I think we've got to sign off and let road art and all the fun begin. I just want to thank our friend Portia for joining me today and supporting me as I step back into the chair this week.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're emotionally secure.
I am.
That's good.
I am.
That's good. Well, thanks to our special guest, Portia. And thanks to you for tuning in and watching. Drop us a comment wherever you're watching from. And be sure to tune in for the live auction broadcast on Mecum's YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and tomorrow we start live coverage on ESPN Plus.
And if you're coming out to join us, so much is going on.
Matt's got tours, guys, in case you didn't hear. He's also got interviews on stage and, well, everything else. Matt's got a full agenda.
Everything else. So, well, I think there's only one way to sign off.
Choo choo.
We'll catch you here tomorrow.